On with the show today as we celebrate, of course, Eid al-Adha and the region's first homegrown motorsports reality TV show. The Toyota Gazoo Racing UAE Academy recently concluded the thrilling grand finale of its second season, in fact, established by Alpha Tame Toyota. The Academy is the first of its kind in the Middle East and reinforces their commitment to promoting motorsport excellence in the region. With us now is the crown champion of Season 2 and our co-host as well today, Sultan Khalifa. Sultan, not wearing the crown today, but great to have you with us nonetheless. Congratulations on your success. Explain the concept to us. There will be a number of our viewers out there going, the Toyota what? So this is Toyota Gazoo, and what's the concept behind it?
So the Toyota Gazoo Motorsport Academy was started by Alpha Tame last year. So they did 2 seasons so far. Season 1 was based on off-roading, and Season 2 was focused on track. And there was more than 1,600 participants that participated in Season 1, and also in Season 2 we had a lot of numbers that wanted to register for it. And the concept of the idea is they wanted to get the community together. They want to see who is going to be the person that is going to represent Toyota in the right way, from media to physical training to driving. So they wanted to see the full package. And there was, it was like quite good to see a lot of people with experience and zero experience, and people just wanted to have fun, and they actually did a very good thing as well in the academy, and it was really interesting.
Being the UAE champion now for the second season of the Toyota Gazoo, what did you do in order to prepare for something like that? Because if someone doesn't know what it is, you can also help out in explaining.
All right,
that.
so I participated in 2 seasons, so Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1, I finished 6th place, and Season 2, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in, destroy everyone and just go and take first place. So, so what I did was I really focused on my media presence, even my diet, my physical training, mental health. So those are the main keys that I had to focus on, especially the mental side. Because you'll be having to compete with guys that are very good at what they do, and they'll come and be like, okay, we're gonna come and destroy you today. You need to be mentally prepared and just focus on your goal, focus on the thing that you want to do. And the thing I still remember when I went to the first episode for the first day, the director was like, self-confidence, you need to put it down. You need to put it down a bit, because
a little bit.
yeah, you need to put it down a bit, because the more self-confident you are, you're gonna destroy yourself by being so confident that you know that you have what it takes to win. And to be honest, that was a really good tip from him that I really took, because if I didn't take that tip, I would have maybe dropped out top 8 or top 4 or
Wow,
but
good advice.
yeah.
I think being nervous does give you that butterfly in the stomach, which will help you, I don't know, maybe propel you towards wanting to do better. But it's incredible stuff. I mean, from coming 6th place in the first edition to becoming the champion in the second one is truly remarkable, and no one can take that away from you. But I want to know a little bit more about how did you get involved in motorsports and sim racing?
Right, so I started back in 2020 in COVID. So quarantine, everyone was at home. So I still remember I took the permit to leave the house to go and buy my first sim rig, and it got rejected, the first permit, so I had to do another permit going to the pharmacy. But I didn't go to the pharmacy, I went and I got my rig, and I started just driving at home using the Formula 1 game in the PlayStation, and kept practicing, and I loved the game, I loved the feeling of it and everything. So I was like, okay, you know what, what's the next step for me to do to be able to start participating in those championships, like karting, Formula racing. So at that time I wanted to become one of the Formula 4, Formula 3, Formula 1 drivers.
Nice.
And when I went and dig deep more and more about the sport, I was like, okay, I had to start when I was young. So I just self-taught myself with everything and started karting after quarantine. And then I had an injury, I had the surgery on my left shoulder, then I went back to sim racing again.
Okay.
So I went back to sim racing in 2021, and then here I am
The
now.
rest is history.
I've done a
Crowned
lot. Yeah,
champion.
I've done a lot of things. So
I just asked Ash what the future looks like because she's had a look at the future. She's looked into the future.
I've
she's
seen it all.
as well. But what's the future hold for Sultan?
a lot of things, a lot of things. We're working on. So I've reached one of the top fastest sim racers in the world. I qualified 5th fastest in 2024 for the FI Motorsports Games. 2022, I was the 27th fastest in the world. And 2023, I was the 3rd fastest MENA driver. And now I'm the Toyota Gazoo brand ambassador and champion.
That's
So my next step now is for me to actually work on my physical side and my mental side and driving side to be able to start actually racing GT4 cars.
okay.
So that's the main plan that we want to do. And this year was the first year I transitioned from sim racing and I started actually autocross. So basically it's a real racing but time
Yeah.
attack thing. And I've tested out the GT4 Aston Martin, I've tested out the Formula cars. So we're doing what we want to do to reach to the GT4 phase.
That's quite interesting because I always had that question. So you do sim racing, right?
Yes.
And then you just started transitioning into the actual on-track
Yep.
racing as well. So does the simulation, is it very real, like that would match something that actually is in real life?
To be
And
honest,
doing it like the same way you drive?
to be honest, yes.
Yeah.
It helps a lot in terms of you learning the track, the racing line, and you'll be also racing against other racers on the sim, where it prepares you what happens in real life. So the only difference you don't feel in sim racing and in the real car is the G-force.
Okay, yeah.
So when you're sitting on a sim, you won't feel the G-force when the car turns left and right and accelerate and brake.
Yeah.
But in a real car, you will feel that. So
Yeah.
that's the only difference you're gonna feel. But other than that,
Everything
everything
is
is
the
the same. Everything
Oh,
is the
that's
same.
very interesting.
Sultan, is there any risk involved in this?
Real life or sim?
Real life?
Real life, yes, it is. It is a very risky sport. It's a very dangerous sport, and it's not for everyone. You need to be very focused. You need to be very well prepared to know what's going to happen on track.
Yeah.
You need to have the fast reaction time to know how to understand and to move the car if there's something bad. And if something bad happens, it's not your fault, unless if you're the driver and you crash, then that's a different thing. But if something happens, it's probably a technical issue of the car or something.
You could also trip getting in and out of the sim, couldn't you? So that's dangerous sport as well.
On the sim, no.
Staying on it for a long time.
To be honest, the sim is very good. Like I keep telling people and I keep telling my friends, if you want to go crazy and you want to just break the law and everything, just do it on the sim. There's no need for you to do it on real life. You can do everything you want on the sim exactly as in real life. So there is the Dubai map, there is any map you want to put, install it on the game, and you can just do whatever you want. So the sim is the best way for you to just go crazy.
No point getting the fines and the black points. Or anything
Exactly,
like
there's
that.
no fines, no black points, no impound, nothing. You can do whatever you want, and you can crash and just restart again, crash and restart again.
Do it all over again.
Just all over and again. So yeah.
Sultan, please stick with us. That's really good stuff. There's lots more we want to talk to you about because it is the National Day, or Eid al-Etihad, as we need to get accustomed to calling it right now. But thank you so much, and please stick around.